Hi there, I'm Jack Van Ryn, Mayor of the Town of Coaldale. I will be giving you an update from our regular council meeting that was held Monday, June 13th, 2022. And the first item of business was the cemetery bylaw 854-R-06-22. And it was regarding administration was proposing an update to the town Coaldale Cemetery bylaw that would change the layout of the reserved plots and change the time required for notification of interment. So we had a family donate 45 trees for the graveyard, and the Parks and Recreation Department is currently working on the expansion of the existing irrigation system to provide the best opportunities for the trees to thrive. The Operations Department is currently working on a concrete walkway expansion in the same space and options to upgrade the road in front of the cemetery. Upgrade options for the road will be brought back by administration to council at a future date. And at the same time, administration has taken this opportunity to review the current layout of the reserved plots with the donation of the trees and expansion of services in mind. As a result, administration would like to recommend the reserved lots be laid out differently than the current plan suggests. The newly recommended layout will not impact the existing graves or the newly donated trees or how reserved plots are sold. Council approved the recommended plan that will allow better access for workers and vehicles to maintain the green space and the digging of grave plots. And as part of the discussion this evening, Council also passed a recommendation to change the time required for applications for internment that currently in the summer is 1.5 days and 3 days in winter. We made a change now that we need 2 days notice in summer and 4 days in the winter, obviously in the winter because of frost and winter conditions. The extra time, while not always required, will allow for time to prepare the site, frost removal, scheduling the dig, among other public work duties, moving headstones if required, and ensuring that the records for past burials are accurate. So council passed all 3 readings for the amended bylaw this evening. And then the second item that came up was an area structure plan policy that was presented by Cameron Mills, our Director of Growth and Investment. And the purpose of the report was to present council with the draft area structure plan policy P-005-0622, which provides a framework for the preparation of new area structure plans or ASPs, or the preparation of an amendment to an ASP, and to request a decision whether the policy should come into force. And council voted unanimously to consider the option, and we made the changes to adopt the area structure plan policy. And the purpose of this policy was to provide clarity to the applicants that ensures the development of the area structure plan aligns with provincial legislation and municipal plans, policies, and bylaws, while also considering the expectations of residents, industry, and town administration, and we as a council. So that recommendation was passed this evening as well. Then we had new business, item 8.1, regarding land acknowledgement. So a territorial land acknowledgement involves making a statement recognizing the traditional territory of the indigenous people or peoples who called the land home before the arrival of settlers, and in many cases still do call it home. So Deputy Mayor Avery made a motion that administration come back to our next meeting on June 27th with land acknowledgement suggestions. And I think this is an important step. This is something that we've discussed as a council at our strategic planning and on numerous other occasions. And because it's Indigenous Awareness Month, we thought this would be a perfect opportunity to bring this forward. So that motion was passed. And then we also had another business item under legal. And basically that is for staff moving retroactive to when our current council term started last October. Anytime that the town of Coaldale is involved in a lawsuit, that a staff report is completed that basically explains to council who, what, when, where, and why. And if it's a procedure that takes place over a period of time, now we get regular updates. And then at the end of the lawsuit, we find out what the results were. So it's important for council to understand what's going on. Currently, the way that it's handled, unless council asks a question about a specific item, in most cases we don't even know about it unless we see something on a financial statement where legal fees were paid out, and then we can ask a question. So I just wanted to explain to our residents at home that this will make it easier for council to know what's going on when it comes to legal items. And also to mention, whenever there's discussions about legal, that always takes place in closed session. So we have what we call the 3 L's that are always discussed in closed session. And that's legal, land, and labor. So anytime any of those topics come up, we talk about that in the closed portion of the meeting. Excuse me. And then we also asked under 8.3 under new business regarding I'll just say what the motion was, direct administration to come back with a staff report for our July 11th meeting on how the town of Coaldale can be strongly committed to the principles of equity, diversity, and inclusion to make sure that all persons, including racialized persons, persons of color, women, indigenous persons, persons with disabilities, and LGBTQ2S plus persons and others feel welcome in our town. And we're looking at getting a policy in place where all these items are looked into and addressed. And the town of Coaldale currently has a very good policy in place as well. That I just felt it was important that we do something a little bit more formalized. And this was something, again, that was discussed at our strat planning and on other discussions we've had since our beginning of our term. And again, because this is Pride Month, we thought this would be a good time to bring it forth. And that motion was passed at this council meeting. And as part of that, we're going to strike a committee that's going to work on this with members of council. That's yet to be determined. So stay tuned for more updates on that. Then we had a council committee report update, and tonight it was completed by Councillor Lisa Reese regarding her committee commitment to the Birds of Prey Foundation. So Councillor Reese has been meeting with with Colin Weir from the Birds of Prey and also the president of the Birds of Prey Foundation. And she went on a tour of the facility, and she got to go behind the scenes and see the inner workings. And there was some discussions that they had that I felt it was important for all the council to be at, and so that we can hear firsthand ourselves with the positive things that are going on at the Birds of Prey, the things that can be improved. And so Councillor Reese, after meeting with Colin on several occasions, made a motion at the council meeting that direct administration to write a letter signed by me, asking that we as council can go for a private tour and look at everything going on at the Birds of Prey, similar to what Councillor Reese was able to do. And then we're also going to invite our CAO and we're going to invite members of our operations team so that we can all go through the whole center and look at everything that Colin wishes to discuss as a council, along with our administration and operation team members. So for me, that field trip is way better than seeing some PowerPoint slides or reading a document that explains it all. So I'm a visual person. I would like to go see it firsthand, and then we can look at all the paperwork, reporting, and documents that Councillor Reese has put together. So she did an excellent job on that. So thank you, Councillor Reese. And then we went through some correspondence items, and I'll have all of the items listed in the comments section of my video. So please go to the agenda and you can see everything that we talked about. And again, it's important that if you take the time to watch this video, I hope that you do, because it takes a little bit of work to put this together. I like to do it in one take. I hate it when I get 15 seconds into it and I make a mistake and I got to start all over. So I want to do it all in one take the first time. So please view it, please share it. I would appreciate it if you subscribe to my YouTube channel. I would even like it if you like my videos. And if you see me on the street, do you have any questions? My phone number will be listed at the end of this video, my email address. I beg of you to reach out to me and ask me anything. And same with the other members of council. They're all available. And if you see me on the street, pull me over. We'll have a conversation and we'll go from there. So again, thank you very much and hope you have an awesome week. Thank you. Bye.